Hello, everybody, and welcome to Good Morning PC3. I'm Jaden Woods.
I'm Stella.
And I'm Cole.
Today we got a pretty packed show. We're going to talk about a couple of things. We got a question of the day provided by Andreas Guzman. And Lana, if you've been keeping up with the show for the past like 2 years, I guess, is finally coming back with her favorite segment of all time to make, of course. But before that, we're going to get into today's special segment, Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
Throwback Thursday.
Going all the way back to the 90s.
Yeah. Do you guys like the 90s?
I love the 90s.
I really like the 90s.
I like the 90s, yeah. Everything about it.
the actors, especially.
Yeah.
They're good actors.
Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder, the power couple.
Yeah, they were the it couple of the 90s.
I think, yeah, they still are the it couple, honestly.
Yeah, but they're not together. But you don't need to think about that. No reason to think about how they're not together in the it couple.
No, but it's okay. But like, just in general, movies are great. I mean, that's when Pet Detective came out. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Pet Detective.
One of the greatest movies.
Yeah.
And Drop Dead Fred, which I used to watch all the time on VCR. But what did you like about it specifically?
Specifically, I mean, I like the video games, the attire, the clothing. I mean, a lot of things about the 90s are pretty cool, especially the video games, though. Like, arcade games are pretty cool. Mario was out.
That's when, like, Mortal Kombat.
That's when
was really on the GameCube,
right? Was that 90s? GameCube?
I don't know.
I think so.
Atari?
No, I think Atari was before that.
Was that before?
I think it's like
80s. 80s? Maybe I'm going too far back. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe I'm going too far
You're
back.
thinking too much.
But, I mean, yeah, I like the 90s.
Yeah. All right, well, I mean, with that being said, we're going to throw it over to Connor's segment, which is about Doom.
1993. A year of innovation, yet somehow still felt like it was the calm before the mid-2000s technological storm. I mean, you had Jurassic Park revolutionizing the movie industry and putting butts in seats at the local movie theater. You had Michael Jordan, for some reason, thinking baseball was a good idea. And Whitney Houston letting us know that she'll always love us. All these moments in pop culture would seem big at the time, but wouldn't make quite the impact that a little company by the name of ID Software would make when they released their soon-to-be classic game, Doom. For its time, Doom was revolutionary, as it was the first entry into the soon-to-be-popular FPS genre, also known as first-person shooter, a genre of gaming which would soon become the most popular of all time. Not only that, but it would help kickstart speedrunning as we know it today, with Doom's timer system giving players an objective for completing levels and campaigns as fast as possible. It also revolutionized the concept of modding video games, a practice that would continue until this day, and is one of the things that kept the Doom community alive until its reboot in 2016. Estimates vary, but it was reported that between its release and 1999, 2 to 3 million copies of Doom were sold. Doom really made its rounds on the new space that would eventually be called the internet. However, all of this success wouldn't be without controversy. You see, during the 90s, there began a movement against violent video games, as many parents believed that video games caused violence. A major player in this being future Al Gore running mate, Joe Lieberman, who believed that violent video games like Doom stimulated some young men who are vulnerable into acting out violently. Now, Doom wasn't exactly the catalyst for this, as other games like Mortal Kombat predate Doom and are still lumped under the same umbrella. However, Doom became a whole different ballgame in this field. Many parents and legislators called it a killing simulator due to its, at the time, gory nature. Not only this, but many religious groups, especially Christians, targeted the game for its diabolical satanic undertones. Which, in a side note, doesn't really make sense. I mean, Doom is arguably the most Christian game ever because you're taking on the forces of hell by yourself. For Jesus, kind of seems like the whole D&D equals devil worship thing from the 80s. However, the criticism against Doom was only just beginning. On April 20th, 1999, the Columbine High School massacre would occur, leaving 13 students and staff dead and 24 others injured. This event would bring Doom into the forefront of the anti-violent video game advocates because the two perpetrators were known to be avid fans of the game, with Eric Harris having made multiple WADs before the incident. A rumor also circulated around that Harris had made a WAD replicating the Columbine High School in order to plan the attack. All of this culminated in legal action. However, pro-free gaming advocates argued that Doom wasn't the catalyst for the two shooters to perpetrate their action, as they argued it was a case of two mentally ill men with god complexes letting their emotions come to a breaking point. Eventually, as we entered the 2000s, the controversy would begin to die down, and Doom began to be seen not as a threat to the masses, but what it actually was, a video game. In recent years, the Doom community has continued to thrive, with previously mentioned 2016 reboot and its sequel, Doom Eternal. Dedicated members of the community have even begun a trend of running Doom on weird things like a calculator powered by potatoes and even a pregnancy test. With all this being said, Doom is an undisputed landmark in the pop culture zeitgeist and will be remembered for years to come for its breaking of ground into a new era of gaming. This has been Connor Bray with PC3 Media, signing off.
Hear that? What is that noise? Yeah. Yep. Got you. Yep. Okay. So we actually have a question of the day that was just called in, and our question of the day is actually going to be, who was the first president to appear on national TV?
That was interesting. For sure.
I don't know because like
I don't know.
I feel like it would be JFK because I know his like campaign was like blown up because of
True. And he was
because of TV.
Yeah, but I still think like it should be earlier. Like shouldn't it be like far like I don't know. I guess I don't really know when like the first like person was just like when was the TV made technically? I don't know. Maybe I'm not
Like a home TV was like not made
yeah.
until like the 60s, I think.
True.
No, probably like the 50s.
So maybe we need more info and like no. We don't need more info.
Well, what do you think? Who do you think it
I don't
is?
know. I feel like I don't know a lot of presidents.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it could be like Nixon because they were around the same time of JFK. But
Were they?
like,
Yeah, he was
okay.
earlier though.
Yeah, but so like, who was like a really not really early president, but like a decent amount?
Mhm. So you. So it's either JFK or Nixon, right?
I guess, yeah. And
Okay.
like, if you guys know, you should call in and tell us your answer because then you could win something actually. And if you call the number, that would be
A
great.
gift card.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
a gift card.
A gift
but
card.
because
I
I
remember
guess
gift
we don't know.
Yeah,
I guess we're really smart with presidents.
Yeah, but it could either be like JFK or Nixon, right?
I
Like-
guess.
Like this or that.
Yeah, almost like
probably?
this or that.
Yeah, this or
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna throw to this or that, which is the first time we've seen that in a while.
Hey guys, welcome to This or That.
Hello and welcome to This or That.
Welcome to This or That.
Hey guys, welcome to This or That, where we ask this or that.
I'm your host Lana Cantu, and today, OG This or That is back and here to stay with some good old 90s questions to start off your day.
Jumanji or Titanic?
Titanic. Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Titanic.
Jumanji. Titanic.
Jumanji.
Nirvana or Pearl Jam?
Nirvana.
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 Nirvana. Nirvana. Nirvana.
Low-rise jeans or parachute pants?
Parachute pants. Parachute pants.
Honestly, low-rise.
Parachute pants.
Low-rise jeans? Low-rise jeans, yeah.
Low-rise jeans.
Who is your favorite 90s celebrity?
My favorite 90s celebrity? That's a hard one. 90s? I do not know of any off the top of my head in this given moment.
All right, that's fair. I wouldn't know either.
Prince. Ice Spice.
Is that 90s? Maybe Julia Roberts? Isn't that, yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Hey guys, thanks for watching This or That, where we ask this or that.
That was This or That. What are your answers? Put them down below.
Thanks for watching This or That, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching This or That, where we ask this or that.
Have an awesome day.
I personally think that the camera work on this or that was
Mm.
pretty good.
Was it great?
Yeah, I
Yeah?
think.
That was a pretty good this or that.
Yeah, I think
That
it was
a
pretty
really
good.
Nice one.
I
Do you
know.
like Pearl Jam or Nirvana?
I'd say Pearl Jam.
Oh, look
maybe
at
a little
that.
bit, maybe
I
a little
think
bit.
the only
Somebody.
one, yeah.
I've been featured in like 8 this or that's, and I don't think I've ever made it to
Oh,
the final
What?
cut.
That's
yeah.
really sad.
Lana, she's betrayed me.
I've
but
never been in this or that either, so I don't know. But I personally, I think that the 90s theme is sticking with it, and nobody knew any actors, so I'm kind of sad about that. But I don't know. Maybe everybody needs to think about the 90s actors while we go to break.
Hey, my friend's a little hungry.
I can help you with that.
and now we're going to take you and we're going to have some fun news stories. I think they're...
That's sort of fun.
Well,
my story's fun.
Well, my story's... It has a nice ending to my story. But Massachusetts firefighters rescue a dog from a frozen river on January 25th. The Braintree Fire Department said the dog named Rupert went out onto the ice covering the Weymouth 4 River and fell near the end of Edge Hill Road. The firefighters arrived just in time to save Rupert, as he was only hanging on from the ice from his front paws. But the firefighters had to put on special swimsuits and use rope and special flotation devices to reach Rupert. When the firefighters finally rescued Rupert and they carried him back to shore, he was reunited with his family, which I personally think was super sweet.
Yeah. No, it's adorable.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
So
I mean, poor
mine was
Rupert,
nice.
though.
Poor Rupert, though. I mean, my dog would do something like that.
My dog would absolutely do something like that. She struggles, but she loves swimming. It's her favorite summertime activity.
My dog does not.
She can't wait. But she also loves the snow, so she's just indecisive.
Yeah.
A Florida reptile park announced that its extremely rare white alligator baby has now been named Mystic. The leucistic alligator was born in December at Gatorland in Orlando, Florida. The park said in a Facebook post that the birth of this baby alligator was beyond rare. Leucism is similar to albinism, but while albinism has no pigment, animals that suffer from leucism still have some pigment in their eyes and skin. The park has announced that due to the fact that Mystic is actually a twin, her birth is even more rare, which is, I mean, that's just wild.
I know, that's interesting.
There's so much to unpack there. I hadn't even heard of leucism until I read this story.
Yeah, I hadn't either. And I didn't know that alligators can have, like, twins. Like, I know that was a thing.
I didn't know that either, but...
So, I don't know.
I'm not sure, yeah.
I guess it's a mystery, actually.
It's pretty hot over there in Florida, though, and with that, I want to see what Cole has to say about our 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. So I'm going to tell you the 5-day weather forecast for today's week. And we're looking at today, Thursday, with partly cloudy weather, looking with lows of 34 and a high of 51. So it will be pretty warm today, warmer than most days that we've seen. And then Friday, we're going to kick off the weekend with partly cloudy skies, a low of 32 and a high of 44. Still won't be too cold, but also won't be too warm. Saturday, though, we're looking at sunny with a low of 29, high of 43. It's not looking the best, but it's not looking the coldest at all either. And we're going to end off the weekend with Sunday, sunny with a low of 28 and a high of 45. Won't be too bad again, kind of the same weather forecast for the week, but we're going to start off the week with Monday with a sunny weather, low of 29, high of 41, pretty average, but it's looking like it's going to be kind of warm soon. And with that, let's see what's going on with Liam's hot music take with 21 Savage's new album.
Hi, I'm Liam Schott, and today I'm going to be bringing you a music review that I've created. Specifically, we are going to review the album American Dream by 21 Savage. The first time that I listened to this album, I was actually very surprised because the music was kind of, not the music, but the background music was kind of a different style to what I'm normally used to hearing from him. The music was still the same, but the background music kind of stood out more to me. The background music was slower and more calming, where in most of his songs they are really fast-paced and the beat is more noticeable. The beat is more noticeable the beat is harder in most of the songs, and it's more noticeable and you could hear it way more than you would be able to in these upcoming songs, but the beat is still very good in these songs. As I got further into listening to this album, the song's beats stayed basically the same. They were all kind of condescending each other. And he was still going for the more calming background music throughout the entire album. The song in the album that caught my attention the most was the song Red Room, which is the second song in the album. The reason it caught my attention was because the background music stayed the same throughout the entire song, and normally it really doesn't do that. It really matched with the flow of the song as well. The flow of the song was pretty fast-paced, but with the background music being such like slow-paced, it kind of slowed the song down, which made it better in my opinion. Most of the songs in this album were very unique, had very unique intros that you don't really hear often from getting produced by 21 Savage. I Another song on this album that stood out to me was the song Sneaky. This is a very good song overall. This was one of the more slower paced songs, but it was more like his old music was. So the song was very, very slow paced, but the lyrics matched up to what his other albums kind of produced. The beat to the song was very slow, and the lyrics were also slow compared to what the music he normally produces sounds like. This is another song where the background music is very noticeable. The background music in this album so far, in my opinion, carried all the songs I've listened to. The background music is kind of like an older style of music. It's kind of just, it's like old-fashioned music, and it was more noticeable to me than the beat or the lyrics at all. So for me, the background music kind of carried this. This album, so far, compared to most of the albums I've listened to, is more old school, mostly because the background music is more noticeable. When most people listen to music, they try to focus more on lyrics and beat more. But this album, it's very hard to miss the background music because it's a very unique style of music. It's just like, basically the background music is steady throughout this entire album. It kind of stays like all in the same genre of music. I definitely recommend. Overall, this was a great album, and I definitely recommend listening to this album if you haven't already heard it. On my scale, I'd probably rate this album a 9.5 out of 10. It was a very solid album overall. So this album had a good amount of songs for an album, and all the songs kind of told a story, and it was overall just a very, very, very good album. I enjoyed listening to it, and I highly, highly recommend you guys listen to it too. And that is Music Reviews by Liam Schott. I hope you stick around to watch the next music review on Thursday, I think it'll be. So if you enjoyed this, just stay tuned for Thursday's music review by Liam Schott.
So that was Liam's music review on the album by 21 Savage. I listened to the album. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was that good. What'd you guys think?
I haven't listened to the album, actually, so.
I didn't think it was anything special. Kendrick's definitely released better, or 21, sorry. Definitely released better, but.
I think it was pretty average. I don't think it was anything crazy, pretty normal.
It was all right.
To what it was, whatever.
Leading into another review, though, we're going to cut to my segment where I talk about Divinity Original Sin 2, which is something I've been playing a lot of recently.
Okay.
I'm your host for today's Game Room segment, Jaden Woods, and today we're going to be talking about a game made by one of my favorite studios as of late, Larian Studios. A couple months ago I did a game review on the incredible game of the year, Baldur's Gate 3. After playing that game to completion in a little under 130 hours, I decided to check out some of their previous games. This list includes their older Baldur's Gate games, as well as their other series, Divinity Original Sin. I was scrolling through Steam looking for a game that would pique my interest when I came across Divinity Original Sin 2. For some reason, I didn't even think to play the first game and just bought it. Since then, like 3 weeks ago, I have already put in over 80 hours. DOS 2 is easily one of the best games that I've ever played. When I first started up the game after beating BG3 relatively easily on standard difficulty, I figured that it'd be doable to beat DOS 2 on Tactician mode. Tactician mode is the most difficult mode that you can play on, and features extremely difficult fights that take genuine skill and tactics to beat. I was obviously arrogant, and this game has humbled me so extremely hard. I have spent literal hours on the fight with Alexander, as well as one specific boss fight on the edge of Joy Island, if you know who I'm talking about. Playing the game on Tactician mode requires you to find and resolve literally every single quest, of which there are hundreds. I'm barely into what is considered Act 2, and I've already completed probably over 100 quests and still have over 50 more that are open. I'm barely scraping by, fighting and scrounging for literally any XP that I can find around the entire massive map. DOS 2 is a D&D based TTRPG created by Larian Studios and released in 2017. The game features a ton of different spells, builds, and playstyles that suit pretty much anybody that wants to play the game. Although the game does not follow D&D anywhere near as strictly as BG3, it's still very addicting and enjoyable for a D&D player. This game, contrary to other TTRPGs as of late, works off of an action point system. At the start of any round of combat, your character is given a set amount of AP out of 6 to use for actions, including movement, which is obviously very different from how BG3 worked. There is also really no jumping or flying, which were both extremely useful and quite frankly necessary to get around in BG3. Although there absolutely is flying, it's just not available to you very early. There is, however, teleporting, which is pretty much your only way to get hidden treasures or spots that wouldn't normally be reachable. Rather than classes, the game lets you level up specific skills that increase different attributes of combat or roleplay. These include things like Huntsman, Warfare, Summoning, etc. For example, leveling up Warfare increases the general amount of physical damage that you do by a percentage. Regardless of this different skill system, the actual characteristics of your character stick to the D&D style, whereas you have strength, dexterity, intelligence, so on and so forth. Similar to BG3, when you start the game, you can either play as one of the pre-designed origin characters, or you can design your own character with their own look, playstyle, and utilities. You get to choose your race as well, which obviously affects the types of interactions that you'll have with pretty much every NPC. You are also able to talk to literally every single NPC that you come across, including animals. And playing on the Tactician difficulty, it's pretty much required that you do so. Every NPC has their own set of dialogue, and a ton of them give out quests, good or bad, that you need to complete to squeeze every drop of XP out of the game that you can if you want to beat it on Tactician. Plus, it's always entertaining to see every character's little droplet of backstory. If I had to give you any advice before you begin to play the game, it would be to save. Save all the time. Save on 3 different slots. Save. If you don't get in the habit of saving every 5 to 10 minutes, you'll lose irreplaceable progress. Save before and after literally every single fight. Save before going into a new area. Save before dialogue. If you don't do this, you'll find yourself retracing hours upon hours of content, making the wrong decisions, having to travel miles to a fight repeatedly, losing dialogue progress, and so much more. It is 1,000,000% worth it to take the 15 to 30 seconds to save on 3 different slots than it is to repeatedly lose hours of progress. This was an issue that was heavily present in BG3 as well, and it's interesting to see that they haven't added automatic quick saves more often. Overall, without fully beating the game yet, I can say for sure that the game is absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful concept that is executed almost perfectly that I would love to get into without having too many spoilers. I apologize for comparing this game so heavily to BG3, but due to its close relation, it's pretty difficult not to. Other than that, there really isn't anything negative that I can say about the game. I signed up for the hardest difficulty, and it absolutely feels like that's what I'm playing on. I'm always looking for a game to challenge me, to humble me, and this game absolutely scratches that itch. For a final rating, I'm going to give it a 9.6 out of 10. Replayability is a huge factor in games for me, and similar to how I felt about BG3, apparently contrary to popular opinion, I don't think that these games handle replayability well. Regardless, it's an incredible work of art, and I cannot wait to go through and play every single one of Larian Studios' games. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Jaden Woods, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Alright, well that was my game corner. I love that game so much. I'm kind of addicted to it, honestly.
Really?
I've been on the grind set,
I have actually never played or seen that game before until right now, but it looks good.
It looks good. There's a lot of fire.
Yeah?
It's pretty much everything's just on fire, yeah.
I think I might have to check it out, honestly, though.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Alright, well with that, we're going to throw to a break real quick, but stay tuned. We're going to watch Culinary Dropouts, Stella Special segment, and game show with Adam.
In America.
Hey you! On that couch there! Are you tired of watching some boring old shows such as The Office?
Yeah, obviously.
Well then do I have something for you. It's The Friday Show.
The Friday Show?
That's right. The Friday Show has tons of episodes and things for you to watch.
Like what?
Well, we got reviews, skits, holiday specials, and many more.
Holy moly!
And check out this honest review about the show.
Man, this is the best show I've ever seen since 2008. This show is just so good. I bought a whole box of popcorn just to watch the show.
That's actually pretty cool. Where can I find it? It's on YouTube right now. Just look up PC3 Media on YouTube and you'll find it right there.
Alright guys, welcome back. And now we're going to go to my wonderful segment of Culinary Dropouts. And I think it turned out really well, personally. I know you guys haven't seen it, but I think it turned out wonderful. But you'll see what it is because we tease the dessert throughout the whole thing. But, you know, I guess, yeah, but it's me and Lana, so go, and now we're gonna go watch me and Lana's Culinary Dropouts.
Hello everyone, welcome to Culinary Dropouts, where she is an actual culinary dropout and I am only one in spirit. Today we are going to be culinary professionals. As you can see from this cake, if I cannot drop it.
It's a wonderful cake, and we
definitely
made it.
We baked this. Look at this.
They in fact did not bake that cake.
I'm driving to vocational right now because we need another camera, and then also we need to make sure our name is good. You'll get to see if the name is good.
So the two forgetful students went to go pick up the gear that they forgot.
Hopefully they let us in because we need cameras.
I mean, Mrs. Carpenter usually does.
Hopefully they like us today.
And they did, in fact, like them today.
Would you like to hear our name and give it like the okay?
Hear your name?
Yeah, the baking segment. We're gonna call it Culinary Dropouts.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, that's not bad.
And then straight from vocational, they went to the store, arguing about the word feet.
It's going to be a great feat.
It's going to be a great... No, there's no way that's right.
It's F-E-A-T.
Feet. Like your foot.
No. I mean, F-E-A-T, like defeat. The opposite of defeat is feet.
Now they were on their way to the store. They searched for a cake with no frosting.
That's a thing.
They had to settle with a birthday cake.
It's their birthday cake that we're gonna demolish.
They picked up some ice cream and then the cream of tartar.
So yummy in my cake.
Where the heck is the cream of tartar? Out of all these spices and powders, where's the cream of tartar? Oh, there it is.
We found some. Yay! Okay, I think these are all ingredients. Let me check.
Then they went to go buy their items, $10 in total, to go bake their masterpiece.
I'm surprised we were not asked to leave. I'm surprised too. Maybe that's the goal. Off of my rambling of if you could guess what we're going to bake, it's actually baked Alaskan, and that takes like 10 hours to bake, but we're going to do it in like less than an hour.
Because we're culinary professionals,
Exactly.
We can take a 10-hour recipe and make it into 1 hour.
Which is that good.
So here's the recipe we're using. Start off with scraping off this icing.
Yeah. Next is to whip egg whites.
Egg whites?
Sugar. See all of those egg whites?
Look at all these egg whites. There's 8 of them for sure. If the recipe calls for 8 egg whites, use 2. Because isn't this just like the perfect hat? But then you run into sanitary concerns. And we're FDA approved.
See what I mean? I think
we don't need a recipe, okay?
Oh, we're not using a recipe.
We're not using a recipe, guys.
Okay. Gather your ingredients. So 2. We're not doing. Alright. Beat egg whites, sugar, cream of tartar, and salt. Okay, so it's all of that.
How much of each? You just play it by ear? We're culinary professionals. We're playing it by ear.
Now the time to put the ice cream on. How am I supposed to? You just kind of dump it on there so they can be fully covered.
And now it was ready to light on fire.
So now we are going to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Obviously, of our 1 hour labor.
All right, I want
We need all of it.
That was the first episode of Culinary Dropouts. Stay tuned next week to see what we will cook next. Thanks for watching.
I don't even know how to eat it.
Oh. I wouldn't say it's the worst thing ever, but if I got this at a restaurant, I think I would
I'd send it back.
Yeah, I would definitely send it back.
I think 7 out of 10 is too generous.
Yeah. Personally, I really liked that. I mean, it tasted interesting. It might have tasted like gasoline a little bit, but you don't need to, nobody needs to know that, I guess. But me and Lana, that was our segment, and she yelled at me for not saying that. But
it's Lana's segment.
It's actually Lana's segment because she did stay up really late editing it. So applause to her. But now, yeah, how nice. But now we're gonna go to Adam's game show.
Hello guys, welcome to my game show. Today we are playing 30 seconds or less. So how this game works is we are bringing in 2 of our members, Stella and Jada, to compete against each other. They will be going back and forth naming as much as they can for each topic before the 30-second timer runs out. Whoever names more answers wins. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So, our first topic of the day will be name as much video games as you can.
Oh, this is easy.
This isn't easy for me. This is unfair.
So we're going back and forth, right?
Yep, back and forth.
Steal the ones I know.
Who goes first?
One turn at a time.
I think
Stella, you could go first.
Stella, yeah.
You could go first.
Okay. The Last of Us.
Dark Souls 1.
The Last of Us 2.
Dark Souls 2.
Uncharted.
Modern Warfare 2019.
Uncharted 2.
Oh my god, I'm blinking. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Uncharted 3.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Uncharted 4.
Why am I blinking? Modern Warfare 3.
The one with all the Greek stuff.
Bloodborne.
Does that count as my answer? What is it? What is it actually called though? I don't know.
How much time do we have left?
How much time do we have left?
5 seconds.
Oh god. What is it called? What is it called? I don't know.
All right. Well, it looks like Jaden won that one.
That was unfair.
Thank you.
So
that was a great topic. I like that
yeah, that was kind of in
even though I
Jaden's favor.
sucked.
Yeah, but
I named a total of like
maybe
6.
you could bounce back on this one though.
Hopefully.
So for our next topic, it will be cartoons.
Oh,
so
wow.
just any cartoons. Name as many cartoons as you can.
Okay.
In 30 seconds.
Do I go first this time?
You go first.
All right.
So timer starts now.
All right. Danny Phantom.
The regular show.
Oh my goodness. Adventure Time.
Steven Universe.
Amazing World of Gumball.
Gravity Falls.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I know any. Wildcrats.
Martha Speaks.
Oh my god. That's a crazy poll. Arthur.
Word Girl.
10 seconds.
Word World.
Oh, shoot. That Star one. The Star versus whatever.
What?
3,
Yeah, that's
2,
a real one.
Teen Titans Go.
1.
No!
Yes! Let's go! Did I win both?
That was pretty close. That was close.
I started and I finished.
Yeah, I mean,
So I
I would
think I
have to
won.
say it was Jaden.
Let's go.
Jaden's going home with the sweep today.
I'm the GOAT.
Dang.
I don't know. You had an advantage in the first topic,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you had a lot of.
Word Girl is crazy though. That
was a crazy pull.
I know. And Martha Speaks. I was really proud of
No,
Martha
that one was
Speaks.
crazy.
It popped into my mind.
Well, that concludes our show today. Looks like Jaden won. 30 seconds or less. So now we're gonna throw it over back to the responses for the question of the day.
We got some good responses for that too, yeah?
Yeah, I think we got some pretty good
I think we got
responses.
some good. I think my favorite one, Adam Corba said that he thought Donald Trump was the first president on national TV.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I think he's wrong.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's right. Like he's probably wrong. But the actual response to that one was actually FDR.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Not Teddy Roosevelt.
Not Teddy
That was the
Roosevelt.
teddy bear guy.
Yeah, sure. I don't know if that's. Did we fact check
We
that?
did.
Okay.
It's
Well, I
because
guess-
he wouldn't shoot a bear, so they named it.
Well, at least
after him.
he's a
Somehow.
vegan.
Okay. All right.
But that's it for us today. Basically, hopefully you guessed right for that question of the day, and we'll see you next time, I guess. So, bye.
I'm doing Stella, Cole Anthony.
Yep.
Cole. Have a good one.
Bye.